represent those of our sponsors. Yeah, it's called free speech, people. Nobody's forcing you to listen.
Get ready for your daily dose of Tuddle.
The all-time greatest intern/producer we've ever had, of course, Tuddle in Florida.
From the Hobo Fish Camp, it's the Tuddle Daily Podcast.
No wonder nobody likes you, Tuddle. Everything's a goddamn debate.
Yeah. Hey, greetings and welcome to another edition of the Tuddle Daily Podcast. Just waiting for my producer, Vulture, to chime in and give me a Charlie Lima. All right, Lima. I think I got this finally figured out. The Vulture. I got a guest today. Lauren Petrullo. Is it Petrullo? What do you prefer?
Any way that it comes out of someone's mouth.
All right, Petrullo. That's what I'm going to go with. Are you in a different place today?
Same room. I just changed desks. Before I was facing the door.
I like the little chandelier behind you and stuff. It's pretty badass. So we're gonna catch up. Oh, by the way, all right. So let me start off the show here. If you guys want to call in, you can easily do that. 407-270-3044. Once again, 407-270-3. Lauren just checked out on me. Lauren, what happened? Oh man, I don't know. Maybe she could reconnect there.
I tried hitting comments. Sorry, my bad.
Is your microphone even working? Like it sounds like it's an echo.
Maybe because of the sound. Here, hold on, I'll take off the sound.
I mean, that's much better now. You got to get in. You got to get intimate with the microphone. So, got Lauren on the show today. I got a guest coming up at 7:30, and Lauren's going to be a part of it. I'm going to be speaking to a sex therapist.
Woo!
I haven't been having a lot of that, so that's why I had Lauren come on, because I maybe even forgot, But Heather Shannon's going to join us at 7:30. But all right, so Lauren, I got a bone to pick with you a little bit. I just noticed, and I completely have forgotten about it. You just accepted my Facebook friendship request.
Shoot, I knew you were gonna call me out on that too. I never see those. There's like 400 or something friend requests.
Well,
so
yeah,
I don't even look at them.
Because you're a hot chick. That's why. I mean, come on. No, I don't get a lot of like friend requests. Oh, bikini shot.
Are you going through my Facebook right now?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, God.
So I was looking at the mutual friends and stuff. How do you know Will Kelly? You don't even know who that is, do you? You probably don't.
I don't add anyone I don't know. Maybe I don't remember. He
was a salesperson at Real Radio at iHeart Clear Channel.
All right, pulling up on our mutual friends.
Let's
see how this goes. Oh gosh.
And now I'm gonna have to tell Will.
We have 5 mutual friends.
Yeah, we have 5.
Wow, no, we have 4. One was a really, really good friend, and he passed away.
Oh, he did. Which one was that?
Rogue.
Oh yeah, man, that sucks.
Yeah, I played soccer with him all the time.
So, Will was he always hooked me up with the greatest promotions, like going out to McDonald's. Like he had a lot of the national advertisements. Like he had McDonald's for iHeart.
I did work with him when I was at Pearson.
Okay, so he used to because back then radio, when you were doing radio, if you got a one of those national live appearances at a McDonald's or something, and it was only 2 hours, you would get $300, and that was great for a 2-hour event. And Will always hook me up with those. And I can't thank him enough for that, because $300 for a 2-hour event, that's good ass money.
That's stripper money.
Yeah, it definitely is. So I texted you earlier because the reason I wanted to have you on was I was watching Spectrum News 13 here locally, and I saw that they were doing a story on dragon boat racing.
The greatest sport ever.
But what level of reading comprehension are you on? Because I felt bad, but then I really, really didn't feel bad because I was like,
come on. It said someone is passing on.
No, here, hold on. I will read exactly
Someone please help me in the comments. Stand up for me.
I said, just saw this news story on Spectrum News 13. Might talk about it and wanted to see if you wanted to come on the show to chat about it. And the title is Good Now. I guess his name's Charlie, right?
Yeah.
Good Now, passing on passion for dragon boat racing. And by the way, I also mentioned your phone is always on silence notifications.
Dude, this is like come at me with every way. I don't respond to people. I don't answer text messages. I don't accept friend requests. Oh.
Well, anyways.
Whoa, Tom. Tom has some heated words.
Yeah, well, Tom Delaney said F dragon boat racing. But you replied immediately, wait. Charlie is dead? ? I
read Charlie is passing. Like I thought passing on. It was like he's moved on from this world, and it was a tribute to what he's done for the dragon boating community in Central Florida.
He was passing on his knowledge of the sport, and and I had to call you immediately because I didn't want you like calling your friends and stuff saying, did Charlie pass away? Did he die? What happened? Did he fall off a boat? Did he get hit by an oar or something? Did he drown? Like that's what I had to call you immediately.
And I appreciate it because I was in the middle of a meeting and I was like, oh, I just saw him Saturday. What happened?
All right. Anyway. So I got the story here and I want to like play this a little bit. Give me a second. So Charlie, now you said he's only 5'4", right?
It's like 5'4", maybe 5'6". He's not a tall individual.
Yeah. Well, he's out there. And I got to tell you, the water, do you guys only row on glassy water? Because
we paddle. Rowing is when you're facing, you can't see the direction in which you're moving. Paddling is you're facing the same direction as you're moving. But no, that's Lake Fairview. It's where we always practice. But our race in November is at Lake Hernando, and that is choppy AF. There's going to be at least 2 boats that will catch.
You can say as fuck if you want to. You don't have to say AF,
Fair. Well, okay. It's going to get more derogatory as the show progresses.
Okay. All right. I got you.
Few things beat the stillness and peace of the water in the mornings.
Hit! Come on! Hit!
I feel like, why would you want to do this? Like, seriously, why would you want to do this and have some guy yelling at you and stuff? Now, do they call them the coxman when they're... Oh, no?
No, he's the coach. So you have 20 people in a boat. There's someone behind that's the steers person. So that person's standing up and controlling direction of the boat. And then what you don't see here is at the front, which would be the coxswain equivalent of crew, is someone who's not facing the direction that the paddle is going, and they've got a drum. And they're making noise, or he's shouting hit, so everyone knows to enter the paddle at the same time. So you don't have this like caterpillar effect.
All right. So what's the difference between a dragon boat and a regular boat? What makes this a dragon boat? Like, or are you guys just naming it a dragon boat? Because I don't see a dragon anywhere on it.
So I told you earlier, these boats are like 20 to 30 grand each. These boats, the way they're designed, can sit 10 or 20 paddlers, and traditionally do have a dragon. And all races have a dragon at the front of the boat. And there's a lot of history and culture behind dragon racing. And some races, like the drummer has to turn around and grab an orb, all those type of things. But in a race, there's a dragon head. It's just not used during practice because it's still an expensive statue that you don't want to get damaged.
Where does this sport originate from?
Asia. It's huge in Southeast Asia, Hong Kong.
So Hong Kong,
I would guess China, but let me.
See, I mean, we are completely fighting China right now. Well, not a war or anything, but I mean, are you a communist sympathizer and stuff for China and everything with this Dragon Boat stuff? No?
I will say that Taiwan has endorsed a few of our races.
Okay, all right. Well, that's good. So, all right, I want to learn more about this sport.
Ride. It's fantastic. The lake is like glass. The sun's up.
Does he looks like a guy who smokes weed, right? Like I'm just asking. Like Charlie, he's ripped. He's got the tribal tattoos and stuff. Asian Pacific.
He's a very active individual. He plays rugby.
Yeah.
So he's very in tune with his body.
Okay, I got you. Like, has Charlie ever like tried to hit on you or anything? Has like Charlie been like, no?
Let's maybe I just say that more often than not. If someone's hitting on me, I'm oblivious because I would not actually understand unless they're extremely vulgar and direct.
Yeah. Is there somebody talking to you? I heard another voice.
There's Siri. There's a speaker in the background.
All right. I'm just making sure.
You can hear the nature. I mean, it's beautiful.
Then come the Dragon Boats. It's a sport that Charlie Goodnow stumbled upon by accident.
I went to college on a football scholarship and wrestled. Was former Mr. USA. I boxed. You name it.
Former U.S.
Legit. This is a pageant boy. I've seen his picture. He's shown me his poses.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Fozzie, if you will, says chiseled jaw. I mean, he says it right.
He's chiseled everywhere. Like that man's like bursting at the seams, and he wears tighter clothes. So you can see every rip muscle.
So let me ask you, does your husband? I almost said boyfriend. Your husband ever get like jealous? Like, oh, what'd you and Charlie do today?
No.
Because let me ask you this. All right. And I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm not trying, but I've seen your husband, good looking dude. Okay. But
everything before the word but cancels out. So you're saying my husband's not good looking?
No, he's trust me, he is a pretty boy. Frank in Tampa says Charlie is swole.
Right. He's like in his 60s too, like mid 60s.
Frank in Tampa says Charlie definitely hit.
I've heard rumors of his popularity.
Okay, all right. So but I just don't see your husband as like one of those like alpha males though, right? I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about him. I'm not saying he couldn't hold his own and everything, but I just don't see him as like that alpha male type guy like Charlie is. Charlie looks like an alpha male.
Yes, I would say my husband is the opposite in terms of seeking out attention.
Okay.
Being at 6'4", he's always picked in crowds, and he's like, gosh darn it, like shrink.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. And if I'm like asking any questions that are offending you and stuff.
Everything's fair game. I'm not offended.
All right.
I'm expecting them to get way worse.
The ultimate team sport.
Oh yeah, they are.
With 22 paddlers in sync, but like Charlie's day job working in neurosurgery, it's all about.
All right, come on, Lauren. Don't tell me that. Like this guy has played college football. Wrestled, he's Mr. Universe type stuff, and now he's also a neurosurgeon. I'm sorry, but if I was getting some brain surgery done from Charlie, I'd just be like, yeah, can I get the nerd? Can I get the nerd to do the brain operation that I'm about to have?
Well, if you're gonna go under, you want to have someone good looking to look at, ideally.
No, but I don't swing that way, Lauren. I mean, I don't have anything about it, but if Charlie walks in, he's got these tattoos. I'm like, oh yeah, Charlie probably just smoked a bowl, before he came up the elevator to cut open my melon and stuff. I'm just like, I'm good. This can wait.
I don't know if he's a doctor. I thought he was a nurse. But regardless, if he is, he's helping you go to sleep. And he's like, I've got the right solution for you.
I love anybody that can give me a pill or something that's going to help me sleep or put me down. Like, hell yeah, Charlie, hook me up. I mean, that's what I'm down for. So we're like, when you're doing the dragon boat, where are you usually at?
I paddle on the right. So on this screen on the left-hand side, and then I tend to be middle or engine. So in the middle are the super tall humans, and we have some guys that are over 6 foot. Yeah, I'm the tallest girl on the boat, but so I'll sit right behind the tall guys. So the tallest, like back a half, or I'll be in the engine because I like learning how to steer, so I can halfway through the boat switch up and stand. But it's terrifying. Oh my gosh, I'm not even kidding. Like first time I was steering, I stood up. And I thought I was going to like fall over. Like I'm on a surfboard thing now with the standing desk, but it was so bad on the boat.
Fozzie, if you will, says, where is the strongest rower position?
You actually have more strength with synchronicity. The front of the boat, you'll have your lead paddler. So they set the pace. You usually have your tallest people in the middle because it helps like pick up the endurance. And so they tend to be the strongest. But people like Charlie, he's too big. So he's on like the USA team and stuff.
You said he was 5'4".
Muscles wise, like these big guys come on and they're not lean enough.
All right. So I mean, that's good to know. All right. Back
of the boat is usually the weaker paddlers.
I'm that ADHD kid that's sitting in the class going like this. You know, I'm the guy.
Oh yeah, he's definitely on Adderall.
You have to hold that rein, and then I'm the dog that you hold until you say let go.
Fozzie asks, have you ever seen gators out on the water when you guys are rowing?
Paddling. I haven't seen gators. We see otters a lot and a bunch of other like fauna on the lake. But more often we'll see individuals with speedboats, and that's annoying because they create such massive waves that like you bounce while you're paddling.
So all right. So he says, have you ever seen gators out on the water and stuff? Now, Charlie, why does his left arm, is he left-handed?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, his left arm looks way bigger than his right. Look
Maybe
at that.
He's a lonely, lonely man.
Well, come on. Charlie is getting all types of ass. He is. You know he is.
So, yeah. I love it. And then to do good. And then to win. Oh, my God.
But see, look how big his muscles are. Typically, someone with that body doesn't perform well because they have too short of a paddle length. So it's not about strength as it is about being in sync and the angle your paddle enters the water.
Let me ask you this. How long do these races usually last? And when you're overexerting yourself like that for a short amount of time, maybe some people might pee themselves, or even maybe
this isn't Formula One. These races aren't like 2 hours long.
Well,
they have like a mile race, which can be an hour or two. I've seen the longest. But like October 15th, you'll have 3 races per team. You'll race 3 times, 500 meters. A good 500 meters can be done in 2.5 minutes with a 20-man boat.
Fozzie has a question for you. If she could row anywhere, now you're saying paddling. Okay, so all right. Let me read the question. I want to know the difference between paddling and rowing. If she could row anywhere in the world, where and why?
Duanwu Festival in Taiwan, because dragon boating in Southeast Asia is bigger. Like Duanwu in June or July is like the biggest day. It's a Super Bowl equivalent of dragon boating, but it dwarfs the Super Bowl in the U.S. So it's just massive.
Oh, come on.
Only Americans watch football.
Are you kidding? No. I'm sorry. There's nobody doing. I'm telling you, the Super Bowl
in the U.S. doesn't get anywhere near as many viewers as dragon boating can get. You have to remember, there's larger populations on that side of the world than this single country.
I'm sorry, there's not a dragon boat race televised that's going to get more viewers than a regular season NFL game. It's just not happening.
Maybe not American. Yeah, in the U.S., 70% of all dragon boaters are female, and it's largely consistent of breast cancer survivors because you work like these muscles, and it helps reduce like recidivism of cancer. So.
I mean, I was about to go out and see dragon boat racing to pick up chicks, but then
it's all women, but they're also
but I don't want to go out and like, and no offense, but like I don't want to like meet a chick that has one boob or both of them cut off. I mean, there's no hate. I'm sure. You know what though? Let me retract that. I'm not a boob man. I'm not
but a lot of these women have their boobs redone and they've got tattooed nipples that look superb. They definitely, some of these women have better looking titties than I do, for sure.
Whoa. So what do you mean tattooed? Like their areolas are tattooed in? Like what are you talking about?
Yeah, when you like get breast implants or like if you have your breasts removed, they often enter in through the nipples. So you have to have nipples redrawn on.
Yeah, but like I over in Tampa when I was on the Bubba Love Sponge show, Dr. Diaco, he went through the armpit. Like you go the end and under, because I don't know.
Maybe because it's totally removed and they place it in. I will also say this about dragon boaters, because you do all this, like, so I said on the right, you paddle. This is like pure muscle. And so some women, like a friend of mine, she only paddles on one side. Like her one boob is significantly higher.
Wait a minute.
So these are often perky women.
So her boob is a little bit more leaner on one side, is what you're saying.
Not leaner, higher. Like the muscles like lifted.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's finish the story because I want to make sure I got time to get to our guest.
He's found himself on the podium quite a bit. He's been paddling now for more than a dozen years, which has taken him around the world with Team USA.
To Italy, been to Thailand.
Oh, Italy. You like Italy probably, right? I mean, that's right up your alley.
Yeah, but we go every year.
All
and
right.
I've been in contact with the team there, so I've paddled with them.
Been to Hungary.
Well, you would think that people in Italy would be able to row, especially with Venice and stuff. I mean, would you get some gondola type people? Like, would that transfer into dragon boat racing?
Only for the man steering the boat.
All right. Frank in Tampa, what do you think about this, Lauren? This is why girls should never talk about sports.
I mean, sure, you can have that opinion.
Been to Trinidad and Tobago for the Pan Am Games. You get to meet all different cultures and all different people.
I got a lot of Trinidad and Tobago fans, and I know a lot of people are gonna say that I'm being racist but I asked them and they said Trinis. When they told me, it's like what do you call the people there? And they said Trinis, and I was just like, yeah, it's really closely related to trannies. You get what
there's a difference. And I feel like Nicki Minaj has talked about it extensively. Like she's used that term in several of her songs.
Okay. All right. I'm making sure.
One common bond, which is paddling.
All that international.
Now he said, so there is a difference between paddling and rowing.
Right. Paddling is you're moving the same direction. Like you're going the same, you're facing the direction your boat is moving. Rowing is you're not facing the direction. So when you row a boat, you're going backwards.
All right.
When you're paddling, like canoeing, you're going forward.
I got you.
National experience has brought him back home to Orlando. In a sport that's all about community, he's added another role to his resume as a coach.
It teaches you good people skills because you have to communicate on different levels to different people. So you can tell I've mastered that.
A day out in the water with Charlie, and you'll be smiling as much as you are training.
Hey, just kidding. We're going that way.
I want to see now. Look at this. He did that on purpose. Look at Charlie.
No,
he did. He posed Charlie posed.
Man.
Look at that, though. Come on now. He did this pose.
Tuddle is getting excited.
No, I'm the whatever, Lauren. Like, but look at that. He purposely did that. Charlie did.
It's the female equivalent of like, oh, let me grab this from the bottom shelf.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying though, but damn, he is pretty ripped.
They kind of have a little smile. They have that, you can tell on their face, they have that feeling of accomplishment.
Sure, the podiums and the medals are meaningful, but Charlie feeds off of
His
sharing
right
the
arm
sport
is
that
bigger
he
than
never
his left.
expected to love
Or
with
his
others.
right. His
You
left
know,
is
it's funny, I
bigger than
get more of a reward as a coach, because I want to inspire people to have the love of it like I do.
Nice. This boat looks terrific.
In Orlando, Danielle Stein, Spectrum Sports 360.
All right, so that was the thing. So, I mean, I don't know. Frank in Tampa says I have a boner. Fozzie says Charlie is a thirsty as F cousin. So, Lauren, I wanted to talk to you about this. Were you well, before I get into the next thing, where are some of the places? Because you're always jet setting all across the country and stuff. Where's the last place? Are you there? I can't hear you.
Did I mute myself?
Yeah, you did.
Whoops. Last place I traveled was Austin or Costa Rica.
All right. I got to tell you, you got so many better pictures on your Facebook page. I'm glad you finally accepted that. I'm hopefully I'm not creeping you out and stuff, but.
Oh, are there better? I wouldn't agree with that per se, but sure.
Well, I mean, you don't have any bikini pics and stuff on your other,
That's not true. My Instagram is like more bikini pics than anything else.
Nah, but I mean, I don't know about that. Anyways, look. So you went to Costa Rica.
It's all sports pictures. Like, wait, hold on. When you go through my Facebook, it's either like work pictures for marketing or like soccer pictures or dragon boating or any of those things.
But let's be honest, Lauren, you don't post much on your Instagram posts. It's all stories. It's all like stories.
Yeah, that stuff disappears.
Well, no, trust me. People can screenshot those. Easily can do that. You know that they do that. I mean, same thing as like with Snapchat.
Yeah, but it's just easier. Like if you get to see it, if you're active in the moment, ta-da, welcome to my life. If not,
you're in marketing though. I mean, do people like that stuff that has a shelf life, or like if you gotta catch it while it's hot?
Yeah. Oh, the Be Real social media app is like exploding. Everyone wants to know in the moment. Otherwise, like feeds and stuff that's like permanent is scripted. It's insincere.
Did you get to check out Zuckerberg on Joe Rogan? I know you're big into the metaverse and all that stuff.
Massive, but no, I didn't.
No, you
I
didn't.
did not listen to him. No.
It was an interesting interview. It really, really was. They were talking about how the FBI asked them to kind of stop the Hunter Biden story and everything with the laptop and everything.
The FBI is super involved in marketing. I will neither confirm nor deny if there's an opportunity for me to help disseminate specific information on behalf of a government organization.
FBI has contacted you before?
I'm neither confirming nor denying. I'm just saying that they are more in tune than other agencies within the government of the power of social media.
Okay, so they're better than like the CIA or the DEA and all that stuff?
I don't know those branches very well.
Okay. I see what you're doing there. So, I mean, Zuckerberg, though, I mean, it kind of feels like a lot of these big social media websites and stuff are losing a little bit of traction.
Yeah, well, when they have like 60% of the world already active on it, it's less traction. I mean, he's expanding, taking the user base that exists and giving them more accessibility to socialize.
So what
expansion to metaverse?
What is the most influential social media app right now? Is it TikTok?
TikTok has the largest numbers of users, and it surpassed Google in months compared to. So I think it's growing its influence. But because of all the history of data that Meta and all of its properties, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram all have, it's definitely a more powerful tool. But TikTok has a larger engaged user base.
All right. I got you there. What are some of the things you can advise people on when it comes to social media stuff? Because you do a lot of marketing and stuff for people to protect their information and everything.
Well, easy peasy, make a complicated password. We do like marketing ER services. So we get people back into their Instagram like once a week. People's ad accounts get hacked all the time because they don't set up 2-factor authentication.
Yeah,
like
see, I was going to ask you about 2-factor.
Do it. If don't even ask, already set it up. I have to log in like 3 different ways before Facebook lets me into anything. But I'm managing millions of dollars of ad spend a year. So.
All right. All right, I got to guess it's supposed to be on real soon. It's supposed to be on at 7:30. Has not come on. How apropos would it be that the sex therapist stands me up? I'm just being dead honest.
Are you standing up waiting for her?
Well, I'm just trying to, I mean,
Charlie got it going, so I don't know. You could have a standing ovation waiting for her, but it would be quite appropriate in the event that.
So Lauren, have you ever done the? You know what? I'm just not gonna waste any more time. There was another story that I wanted to talk about. Have you ever gone through the vegan phase in your life? Like, have you ever, or you just like the meat too much? And I'm sorry, I'm not like doing that in a bad way, but I mean, do you just like meat too much?
We are basically like pescatarians. We eat lots and lots of fish.
Fish.
My husband's allergic to chicken and turkey, and we don't
what
really
the
like.
Fuck? How are you allergic to turkey?
He can eat eggs. He can eat eggs.
For this
Hold on,
afternoon.
let me stop this real quick. So he's allergic to turkey, so he doesn't even get to enjoy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, an Italian born and bred man can't enjoy an American holiday that celebrates like smallpox.
My guest coming on. I got hey, Heather, how are you, Heather?
I'm great, Tuddle. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I got my co-host today, Lauren Petrullo. She is a marketing guru. Matter of fact, she would actually be a good contact for you as well too. Both wearing, we're all part of the nerdy glass crew, glasses crew, and everything. But on the line with me right now is my guest, Heather Shannon. I like to let my guests have the floor, tell my audience a little bit about yourself before we get into the interview, because I could promote everything that you're talking about, but I mean, you know it better than anybody.
I would hope so.
Yeah. So, Heather Shannon, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, and hello to the awesome listeners out there. So I'm a certified sex therapist. A lot of people ask me, how did that come about? And so I have been in private practice since 2011 as a mental health professional. And I had a couple clients early on who were just really brave, I would say, in exploring relationships and sexual identity and orientation and fetishes and sexual trauma, and even how it overlaps with addictive behaviors. And it was one of those moments where it just really occurred to me, like, this is important, identity work that people are doing that they don't really have a lot of safe space for. Like, where else are they going to explore these things, And it was also something that I felt like, I'm naturally really open-minded and non-judgmental. And I felt like I was really able to provide that safe space. And so it kind of clicked for me. And so from there, I decided to, invest in the training and the certification. And here I am.
All right. So, Heather, I would like to ask you this as a sexual therapist, sex therapist. I know Lauren's about to be pissed at me on the question I'm about to ask. So,
We'll see if I get pissed too. Let's find out.
no, you're not going to you won't be, but
Steal my joke.
what would you say about a woman that was married, got divorced? She's already laughing and she knows where I'm going with this. She's shooting me the bird.
Yeah.
That if she got divorced, still is really good friends with her ex.
Cool.
You know, athlete, soccer player, and she got remarried and is still wearing the ring of the guy she was previously married to.
I would say that's unique, but probably a little out of my jurisdiction in terms of sex therapy. I'm not sure what the arrangement is.
Well, so if you really didn't know much, would you think that there is a little bit of a love triangle there, or I'm just
So, I mean, it's an interesting question. Well, part of my job is not assuming, but I would definitely ask about it. That's for sure.
I'm sorry, Lauren. I mean, you can jump in at any time, Lauren. Like
I'm in a very healthy relationship with my current husband. My ex-husband is my best friend, or one of my best friends. My husband and I have very clear communication. There's no threatening or jealousy involved whatsoever. I am good friends with his girlfriend.
Cool.
Okay, well, I mean,
that's kind of great.
Okay. It's absolutely the best. And I can't tell you, most of my friends are assuming that like we participate in threesomes all the time. This is so he came to visit me and my husband in Milan because he was training with Barcelona's team. Oh, wow. And so he flew over. I was like, yeah, we went to see some games together. And I like posted a picture on a story. And then it was this onslaught of like, I knew you were in a throuple.
No, but okay. Now, all right. So, Heather, though, and I just
am curious about the ring, though.
Yeah.
Oh, it means a lot. Like it means a lot to his family, and it means a lot to me. And my husband and I never exchanged like wedding rings. So it actually started. So when I got married to my husband Roberto, my mom stole this ring from me, wore it as a necklace for a while. She was like, "You can't wear that person's ring."
I'll take it. Let me take that off your hands.
But like it was like his grandmother's ring, and it means a lot to his family. Okay. And I happened to like go out to lunch with his mother, and she noticed it, and I was like, no, I want to wear it. It respects our relationship. Also, like I only have an engagement ring from my husband. Okay. And it was easier to not get like when people did overtly hit on me, they're like, oh, it's just an engagement ring. That shit's not locked down.
What? People actually said that out loud to you?
Oh, come on. There are way worse things that people have said.
Wow. But that's ballsy, I think.
So Heather, what is the major issue? And I'm not talking about Lauren right now, but in most relationships right now, if people are dating or engaged, or married, that's causing a lot of issues. What is the main thing that in your profession that you've seen?
Yeah, I mean, I really can't say one thing, but for couples, I would say low libido, or like one person having a low libido and lack of sex. Oh, Lauren's excited about that one.
Oh, I know. I texted Tuddle. I was like, it's money or mismatched libidos.
No, she did text me. I swear to God.
Well, she's a smart lady. She's correct.
All right, but okay. So for the most part, is it the men that have a higher sex drive, and the women can't match that?
Why would you assume the man has a higher sex drive?
Thank you, Lauren.
What?
So, I do think there's a lot of gender stereotypes.
We come more times in a day than a man can come. Come on.
All right. So, no. I'm just going from personal experience.
That's hilarious.
That's I'm especially thinking. I would imagine you have a low libido. You're like, oh, got it in for the month. I'm good. So
I tend to not find it to be very gender related. I would say it's half and half who has the higher libido. One exception I would say is I'm one of the sex and relationship experts on the Peanut app, and there's a lot of new moms on there. And I would say like that specific time of life, there's some other factors going on, especially if you're breastfeeding. There's actually some hormones that will lower your sex drive.
Like a child destroying your nipples. Like,
well, my dad did say when my mom was breastfeeding me, he actually partook in some of my mom's breast milk.
Oh, I can't wait for that. I'm like literally that's like one of the things I look forward to the most.
Wait, would you breastfeed Lauren, would you breastfeed your husband?
I would make him try it. I wouldn't even make him. I'd make my like best friends try it. Not my husband.
not straight from the tap.
That would cross the line, but
yeah, not from the tap. You know, like they're not going to take.
No, I'd get my best friend Lisa, and I'd be like, all right, in front of her husband, I'd be like, try this right now.
Wait.
Wow.
You would let your best friend, who is a woman, drink
I
from
don't
the
know
tap?
if it'd be let. I'd like force her and like do it on a
so you would let her drink from the tap then?
Yeah.
If you want to talk. Yeah.
Try it. Like you only live once.
That might be the most amazing thing you've ever said, Lauren.
It's worth having me on just to get Lauren to say that.
Well, yeah, thank you, Heather. But Heather, let me ask you though. We're talking about libidos and stuff.
Yeah.
How much is mood stabilizing drugs playing a part in men's sexual libido?
Yeah, for anyone, I would say birth control and antidepressants are the two libido killers.
Because I was on heavy medication at one point, and I thought that I was just being a professional. I was concentrating on my career and stuff. This is after my divorce and everything, and I just thought I was being, a career man. I was being professional.
Yeah, your focus was elsewhere. Yeah.
And I wasn't dating and stuff. And then I realized I was like, hell, I can't remember the last time I masturbated. Like I swear to God, I think I went over a year without even self-gratifying myself.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you think I'm bullshitting?
So then, like, what happened? Did it have like a Yosemite eruption when you finally went through it all? Like,
no, it's just like.
Did you have sex during that time or no release whatsoever? Just no release. That's surprising because most people with a penis, there's like some buildup or physical need. Almost.
Oh, I would most certainly try to do it, but like it just.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're powerful drugs in that way.
No, I'm not powerful. And Frank in Tampa says, Tuddle, you need to get some vagina, dog.
Oh, hi, Frank. I'm in St. Pete. I'm your neighbor.
Wait, you're in St. Pete?
Yeah.
I worked in radio in the Tampa St. Pete area, right?
Oh, fun. I didn't know that.
Last 10 years, I spent last 10 years in Tampa on working on the Bubba the Love Sponge show over in Tampa.
That sounds fun. I just moved here 2 months ago, actually.
Yeah,
so I'm kind of getting a lay of land.
Check it out. I probably need to try to get you on there and stuff, but
let's do it.
I have so many questions. I'm like sending.
All right,
Lauren,
fire them off. Let's get.
Lauren, jump in. Ask some questions.
Yeah. Okay. How often do couples ask you to watch them when they're intimate to coach and explain how? I'm not being dead serious.
Yeah, no. So that's not what I do. So I'm a licensed mental health professional, and so I specialize in sexuality. Where I'm focused more on the mental, emotional, physical, kind of holistic. We talk more about what are your blockages to your libido. Sometimes it's pills, like we talked about. Sometimes it's a history of sexual trauma. Sometimes one of the partners has cancer. Sometimes someone had their, uterus removed, and sometimes
watch the baby come out of
that. Yeah, exactly. That actually I do hear a lot from the new mom. So we kind of figure out what is actually blocking this, and how do we kind of work through it. So it's more of like detective work like that. I'm sure there are maybe.
The only sex therapist I've ever met. She's in Orlando, and she You pay her to watch you and your partner have sex, and then she can coach you into intimacy and coach the partner into the orgasm.
Is she actually a mental health person though, or is she more of like a coach?
He's probably a coach. He's probably.
I didn't ask her credentials.
She's not.
Yeah, it makes a difference because, like, in terms of like the licensure and the ethics, that would go against like all of the mental health licensure and ethics. Yeah.
Heather, though, like. Okay, and maybe I don't want you to think I'm trying to be shocking and stuff, but
nothing shocks me.
So you got a mental health license and stuff, and a couple voluntarily ask you on your own free time, not in your practice, not in your office, hey, come over to my house. We're just as friends or whatever, and watch us have sex and stuff. Like
are they exhibitionists, or is it like I actually want to know intimacy coaching? Like, why? Tuddle, if someone was a sex therapist but not in the mental health but in like the performance arena, sex is a sport. You don't want to just do self-training. Like, you can't get better unless you bring in a professional.
Yeah, and there are people, I would say more of the like somatic body work people might be more hands-on or watching people. So there's kind of different fields within sexuality. So like I'm more on the mental health side. Coaches might be doing a little bit of what I do and maybe a little bit more of the tips and tricks, which I will also get into tips and tricks. And I will talk to people explicitly. Like I'm not going to watch them, but if they're like, oh, you know, he gets hard.
What if they brought in like a thumbnail or a DVD or something and said,
DVD, what age are you in?
Well, I mean, athletes film themselves and they bring in people to break down.
That would not be me. That would be so like, again, I don't have any kind of sexual relationship with my clients. So we can talk about it, but it's basically like a talk therapy type of thing with a focus.
So you would talk to someone like, if we'll use Tuddle and I. Say Tuddle and I are a relationship. And
that'd be interesting.
Tuddle, I really want you to talk dirty to me, and I want you to be aggressive as fuck.
Yes.
Whoa, I'm too shy.
Yes, I would have that conversation with a couple, and I have had that conversation.
Lauren, why are you doing this? Like, seriously, we have a completely professional friendship type thing, and now like.
You insult our friendship.
Listen,
but she said her girlfriend could suck milk out of her boob too. Okay, so I mean, she's just very comfortable with her friends.
I said my dad drank my mom's breast milk. So
you did bring it up,
Tuddle. If I were breastfeeding, like when you come to the dragon boat race in October, if I were breastfeeding, I'd give you a bottle. And I choose it with you.
There you go.
Just to let you know, I'm going back and pulling that audio, Lauren.
Done. Anyone here that's listening, we can record it. It's like someone mentioned earlier that breast milk is sweet. I'm gonna be like, here's breast milk on a normal day, and then here's breast milk when I eat bananas and blueberries. Does it affect the?
Whoa! I mean, so you're
the way it affects other parts of.
All right, so you're talking about what you eat is what your
I don't know
tastes like.
That's why she's gonna experiment.
7th grade science fair as an adult.
Well, I mean, guys always talk about, if you eat certain things, you're, like
That's
you're.
When I reference pineapple.
So I think that we can all take some inspiration from Lauren, actually, because she's very creative. And I actually think it's important to bring creative ideas to your sex life. Otherwise you're all going to get bored. So we got to think outside the box a little bit.
We can do a taste test. Is this, someone asked, like, it's similar to like boxed milk. Like, one of this is soy milk. One is like LP, like Lauren's titty milk. Another one is chocolate milk dyed pink. Like, we'll color them all and you have to guess. And then, like, for each one you get right, you get.
I mean, that would be quite the episode. So if and when that happens, I do think you guys should do that.
All right. So Heather, I gotta ask you. So you help relationships out. And
I work with individuals too.
What is your sex life like? Because
getting personal, Tuddle.
So no, I'm just asking though, like, people like
immediately follow up, what is a healthy sex life? How many times a week?
Yeah, but
good. Okay.
All right, so you can
Let's get into that.
But
2 questions already.
Yeah, wait, did you say 10 times a week?
What? Who said 10?
Oh, I thought so. I was like, damn.
No. So let me answer that question.
Yeah, answer that question. I'll finish mine.
So the research shows that in a couple, like once a week or more is kind of where on average, I think it's very, very important to specify is on average, not for every couple, but once a week is kind of where satisfaction kind of maxes out on average. So if a couple has sex more than that, it doesn't necessarily mean they're overall happier in the relationship. But there are absolutely people I know that like they have to be having sex like at least 3-4 times a week or every day. And there's other people that it might be every other week and they're perfectly happy, you know? So like every couple is different. You really just gotta do what works for you.
How long before you start to signal that it's not healthy? What is the equivalent of Tuddle's 1 year?
Oh,
I think it's how you feel. It's just how you feel. So, I mean, some people are more asexual. Some people maybe have gone through a breakup and they're just, you know, they're kind of a little shut down in that way. And maybe it's like a healing period for them. So I don't think there's anything inherently unhealthy. I think it's more like, are you doing your healing work? Are you feeling like your best self?
All right. So, you know,
Back to you.
I'm going to be upfront and honest because while you guys were talking, I was trying to do the math in my head.
Counting how many more times you'll have sex in your lifetime?
No, it's pathetic if I told you the last time I had sex.
Well, I actually think this is a good topic, and I haven't talked about this on many shows, but a lot of us go through dry spells, and you were asking about my sex life, you know?
Horrible, by the way.
I think that's actually important to talk about, you know?
I had sex with my wife only 2 times.
Oh, wow.
The whole time. And I waited. Like, I'm not saying that I'm like some type of like stud, but before I met my wife, I went on a really good run. I didn't lose my virginity until I was 19. And I think I got into almost the 20s from 19 until I met my wife until 2003.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I met my wife at the time, you know, I was like every other guy. I was like, oh, yeah. You know, like we led up to it and she stopped me right before, you know, I got to the point. She told me she was a virgin.
So you're saying the point of penetration or the point of fun?
Yeah.
Good clarification, Lauren. Yeah.
Like, you know, we did everything except penetration. Okay.
Okay.
And she told me, she was like, no, she's not even religious.
Huh.
So when she told me that, I was like every other guy. Yeah, okay, I'm going to be that guy. You know, I was like, and I waited from the beginning of 2003 until November of 2006 before we got married, before we had sex. I waited all that time.
That really was the Yosemite Gusher.
What's that?
That was the Yosemite Gusher. The first time.
Yeah. But I know it's pathetic, and then I only ever.
Why is it pathetic? Why did you say it's pathetic? It's romantic.
But then after that, it was only one more time. Like, and we were married until 2014.
Wow. And was that more on your end or her end?
It was I did, but
so she was asexual.
Huh?
She was asexual.
A little bit, I would say, but I'm not talking. I'm not saying anything bad. Like, we're friends and everything. But
you don't wear her ring.
No.
Are you really friends?
Well, I don't. I don't.
Oh, God.
But you know, like that really gave me a little bit of a complex, though. It did.
I can see that. And I think that is what happens, Tuddle. And I recently had a 1.5 year period where I didn't have sex with anybody except for myself. And thank you.
Happily married. I still enjoy single sex.
It's important, I think, and they're two different things. For those of the people who are like, oh, I'm in a relationship, my partner shouldn't do this. Nope, they should do it. But yeah, so I think that for me, it was like kind of recovering from a breakup. It was, you know, focusing on work. It was kind of a lack of options where I was living at the time. You know, so it was kind of a mixed bag. It was also a little bit of frustration of like, you know, if someone's not going to like treat me well and like make a little effort, then I'm just over it.
So do you feel not desired?
Who, me? Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
So Tuddle, are you single now or are you in a relationship?
Yeah, I'm very single.
Okay.
But
Lauren's happily married.
It's not because I'm not trying.
I'm single too, and so I've joked about I should start a podcast called Single Sex Therapist.
but I'm on another, like, right after my divorce, I had a little bit of a run.
Okay.
But I had problems during that because I was on so many mood stabilizing drugs that I could not get to the point of completion, though.
Yeah,
like,
that's the thing.
And some of the women got really offended, if I'm just being honest.
That's a good topic too, actually. So, and I hear that from my girlfriends even, like, well, I was with this guy, but he didn't come, or he, was hard.
Wait, how many times do girls not come? What? Come on, girls don't come all the time.
Thank you, first of all, yes. But I do think women take it so personally because sometimes I think we're seeking validation from sex. We want to feel wanted and we make it all about ourselves when it really has nothing to do with it. And when I work with men who, are having a hard time orgasming or erectile dysfunction, it's almost never about, I would like all the ladies to hear this, it's almost never about lack of attraction. Pretty much never. It's typically about either being in their head or some kind of medication.
Yeah, but I'm off of them now, and it's like, now I can't find anybody. So it's like, and then the funny thing is when I want to take care of business on my own and everything, it's late at night, and then I can't go to sleep after because I've worked myself up and everything, and it just seems like at night. When I take my sleepy pills at night, I tend to get in that type of mood when I'm wanting to basically abuse my penis.
I love that you guys have like no filter on this show. It's so fun.
I know. I've been doing radio for over 20 years, so
that's great. So fun. But I mean, I do think some people get a death grip on their penis, and that's a real thing too that I learned from being a sex therapist.
What? A death grip on the penis?
Death grip on the penis when masturbating. So it's almost like in this sort of like, I'm gonna come, it's almost like I'm gonna squeeze it tighter to make myself come. And I think that
I've done, man,
very common. It's surprisingly common.
Listen, see, you guys are ladies, but I remember the first time that I actually, because when you're a kid, when you're younger, like you mess around with it, but you don't know,
the first time you came.
Probably 13, 14. And I got freaked out the first time because I was like, and then after I finally realized what happened and everything, I was like, oh God, like it was like every chance I got, like seriously, I
compensated for your marriage.
No, I stiffened every single one of my socks. Like my socks.
God.
Like
you've gone through some interesting periods, Tuddle, of like kind of not being interested and then being super interested,
but I also went through childhood trauma, so I have a weird, like, it's not on my own fault, it's just stuff, and it wasn't my parents or anything like that, but like for a while I was really, really just like, I haven't talked about that because I'm back in therapy now. Like,
therapy.
I was Baker acted. I tried to kill myself in 2019. I'm sorry. I know that I'm like bringing the whole room down, but tried to hang. I tried to hang myself in 2019. Luckily, cheap construction and stuff. The ceiling fan ripped out of the top of the roof. I got Baker acted. I was institutionalized for 11 days and stuff. And, I blocked out a lot of stuff that happened to me as a kid. And, I wanted to talk to my parents about this stuff, but being a man, especially a man in the South growing up, there's a stigma, and you don't want to talk about stuff. I couldn't even talk about being depressed because, and I'm not saying my parents were bad, but like if you talk to them about this, what do you got to be depressed about?
Yeah.
And that
Which,
trauma,
by the way, depression is not about something. You know, I think that's such a misconception. Like, it's like, I have a good life. You know, I've had men come in and be like, I'm a cis white male from a wealthy family. Like, what right do I have to be depressed? And I'm kind of like, that's just not how it works. So, you know, part of it is like our genetic lottery. Part of it is, you know, the beliefs and attitudes that we've kind of gotten in the habit of.
But what happened to me as a young kid, it really gave me a weird view on things, you know.
I could see that.
And I'm sorry, guys.
Look, Tuttle, I actually think it's really important that you're talking about this. And I think there's probably so many people listening that, you know, I've had clients who have attempted suicide, and I just feel like there can be such a stigma around it. But talking about it and knowing that you're not alone, and, you know, even as a mental health provider, I think I used to be like, oh my God, somebody's suicidal. I gotta like make sure they're okay. And it's like this like tension and stuff. And then when you're like, what if it's okay to talk about it? What if it's okay to like say that you're feeling that way to somebody, and to like figure out why, and to like do the healing work, you know, and not be so afraid to even like go there. So I think it's great that you're talking on it.
I also hope you like have you find a partner where you rip the ceiling fan out because she's like screaming at the top of her lungs.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be
grabbing onto
nice.
something.
the thing that it's just like, I have been because I was afraid of therapists and mental health, because their answer was always to throw pills down my throat. And
Oh, I'm not that kind of therapist, by the way.
no, but like I now that I have insurance and stuff, I went and saw and I talked about this. And the other thing that I'm stressing out, see, now I feel like I'm turning this into a therapy session, and I do apologize, but you know, my dad died over about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
I'm an only child. I'm having to take care of my mom and stuff now.
Yeah,
I don't have
life happens.
I don't have besides that, I don't have a relationship with any part of my family. And one of the things that's been, you know, really stressing me out is that I don't have a companion. I don't have a family. And it's really screwed me up on my depression and stuff. And I know I shouldn't stress out about it, but I am.
Well, I think that's an interesting thing. And have you looked into attachment styles?
I mean, I don't
Like
even
professional huggers?
A professional what?
Like a professional hugger?
Oh no, but that's so cute.
Oh yeah, that's like.
Let me like briefly explain attachment style. So basically, you could be anxious, avoidant, or secure. If you're anxious, you maybe feel a little bit needy. You feel like, okay, like I feel lonely, or I don't feel okay on my own, or I feel kind of emptiness inside. And if you're secure, you feel like pretty comfortable finding close relationships and like having intimacy, and you still keep a sense of yourself. And if you're avoidant, you're kind of like, ooh, don't smother me too much. So those are kind of the basic three styles.
It's not that. It's just that I am just stressing about it because, like, you know how I said I went through that dry spell when I was married.
Now I want to like review your dating profile.
Oh my God. Can we pull it up? Bring it online. Share your screen.
But I swear to God, Lauren and Heather, that it's been, hold on, give me a second here. It's been about since 2014. Well, no, 2014 after that. It's been about since 2017 since I've had a sexual partner.
Have you had other intimate relationships?
I mean, I have and stuff, and like I've met women, I've gone out on dates and stuff, and I think that it's just that I'm not that alpha aggressive male though, like because still to this day, when I talk to people, I say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir.
That's nice.
Do you use that in the bedroom too?
No,
maybe you should.
No. But what I'm trying to say, look, I'm very open to everything. Like I am. Okay.
So you're trying my breast milk.
But I think,
Okay,
Tuddle,
that's
I
fine,
think
I
you
will.
have to, because I feel like I have some clients that are in a similar boat to you, and I feel like you got to feel like really good in yourself because that's the vibe you want to be putting
I
out
do.
there.
I'm confident. I've worked in radio the past 20 years. I'm not shy. I'm not.
You're not shy, but if you're feeling like, oh, I'm really kind of depressed because I don't have this, I feel like that vibe is like detectable.
That's not it. I don't go see now that I opened up about my past and stuff. You guys think that I'm all a depressed piece of crap or whatever, but I'm
Help
not.
us understand.
No, it's just here. I got a phone call coming in. You guys want to take a phone call? Somebody wants to call in and talk.
Oh my gosh, yes.
All right,
I didn't
hold
know
on.
people were calling in. That's so fun.
Oh, they can. Tuddle Daily Podcast. Hello. Hello.
Hey, Tuddle, I had a question for.
Oh,
Tuddle, you there?
Fozzie.
It's Fozzie.
Fozzie is on the line. Fozzie, do you got a question for our guest?
Hi, Fozzie.
I do. How you doing, ladies? Yeah, great show. Yeah, I do have a question for your sex therapist. A couple of weeks ago, I mean, it's kind of has something to do with wet dreams in the dream state. Can you help me out with that?
Let's see. What do you got?
Okay, so about a couple of months ago, I had a wet dream, but it wasn't a wet dream. It wasn't a sloppy wet dream, if you will. Pardon my crudeness. But it was a dry wet dream. So I had the sensation, but not the mess, if you will. So I'm not gay, but in the wet dream, what caused me to have the dry wet dream, if you will, was as I was in my dream state, I looked down and someone was giving me oral. I grabbed the head by the hair. I could tell it was kind of kinky pubic, but soft hair. And when I turned the head around, it was Lionel Richie.
Oh my God, that's so specific.
Wait, are we talking? Oh, wait, Fozzie, are we talking Lionel Richie during the time of Dancing on the Ceiling type Lionel Richie?
It was definitely the younger Penny Loafer, Lionel Richie. So I just want to know what there is in the dream state and like wet dreams. See everything on wet dreams all hang up.
I mean, it's a little interesting. So it's an erotic dream, but it wasn't like. Did you have an orgasm?
Oh, he hung up. He said he was going to listen. I mean, he said that in the physical world he didn't. Maybe he did in his dream.
He didn't come either on this question either. Like she had follow up, and he didn't come on the question either.
No, he didn't. So Heather, so I see this is why guys don't talk. You guys feel like I'm going to. Like,
I'm sorry if you felt attacked.
No. I mean, look, I try to meet people. You got to realize with this pandemic and everything, people.
I'm single too. I'm also dealing with this.
Oh, I mean, but why though? Why though, Heather?
Why what?
Why? Are you not trying, or
Well, so I just moved here from Puerto Rico. There weren't a ton of options where I lived in Puerto Rico. Before that, it was COVID in Chicago in the winter. And before that, I kind of like tried a little bit, and a bunch of guys were disrespectful jerks, and I was kind of over it for a bit. So, that's kind of been my streak. So I'm kind of just now getting back into dating, but like,
are you doing the dating apps? You do the dating apps at all?
I'm doing Bumble. Yeah. What about you?
I mean, I do Tinder. I don't get on any of those, but like, I went on a run and I talked to a lot of African American women, and I was
You're
talking
to Tuddle.
Well, I was talking to this one African American woman, and like we were messaging, we text back and forth for a couple of weeks, but like she just ghosted me all of a sudden.
You took too long to initiate.
I agree.
Oh my God! Why a couple weeks?
I'm with Lauren on this.
I asked her. I within the first couple of days, hey, would you like to go do something? And no, I'm busy.
I think that's the perfect time frame. Like, give it a couple days of texting, and then
So
ask
it's not
someone
that
out.
I didn't try, but maybe I just was, let it go for too long.
I I agree with you. Yeah, like you asked at the right time. If she didn't kind of like warm up to the idea or show that she was serious about meeting, then
She
I
was
would
still
probably drop
talking to
it.
me though. She was still
Yeah, but that's
talking.
just like she's talking to 200 other people at the same time.
Exactly. I would say it's about the action. So it's like some people love to talk, some people love the attention, some people love the validation, and you kind of want to separate out like who's going to actually take action and meet you, and who's just going to waste your time.
Oh, we are going to at the Dragon Boat Race. I'm going to.
What is this Dragon Boat Race? I want to come.
You can October 15th. Bill Frederick Park.
You're in
We're
Tampa.
asking for people.
I mean, Orlando is not that far away. You should definitely come out.
It's right
to
by
it.
Universal.
It's
And
in
we have-
Orlando? Okay, I'm coming.
Great. Which, like, I mean, you can come too while you're there. Like, there's plenty.
I
of
can
private
come
space.
and come? Okay, great.
Look, I'm going to be wet for sure.
I
but
think
I'm, like,
Lauren
also
and I are
doing
going to start a sex podcast after this.
Look, can I tell you a superpower that I have?
Yeah.
I'm really good at sex storytelling and coming up with like, you know, people, you put your kids to bed, you give them a fairy tale or you make a story up.
Yeah.
I'm really good at making up a sex story and
Oh my
getting someone
God.
from like
Could you like audio erotica?
6 to midnight. That's like a secret dream, like making a fairy tale book for
you should
people to
totally
go
Audio erotica is getting
I don't
so
have the sound in my
popular right
voice.
now.
No, Lauren, I have a full working board. I am an audio engineer, and I promise you, I will bring
right?
all of my
Right?
equipment
Oh.
over to you.
Don't tease me with a good time. Like I've never met anyone as good at taking. I like literally. So I do this quite often.
I like want to hear
I'll, like,
some
tell
now.
my husband like,
Uh,
just tell me where we are. And I did this.
Fozzie-
A girlfriend of mine. I like she's like I need help. Like I don't know what to do in the bedroom. I was like, oh, tell a sexy story.
See-
and she's like, what do? I said, give me a location, and I dictated it to her in a voice note. It was like
Dictated it. Yeah.
6 voice notes, and she was like, she had to stop because she was like, she was so turned on by the story I was telling her to be her boyfriend.
Wow.
And then my husband stopped me. He's like,
you have a
"Can you come
future."
back to this story. Totally, it's a career I should have
you
followed.
do. You can
right,
still do
so-
it on the side.
So I'm monetized on a couple of platforms. Fozzie said make
OnlyFans?
one up right now. So I can't take that risk for Lauren to make one up off the top of her head. Because seriously, I worked too hard to get monetized and make money off of YouTube and Twitch. But
That's fair.
But
Oh,
Lauren,
come on. You're setting up all these things like LubeTube. And what
No.
do you like finger twitching good time?
no, Lauren, though I can't I'm taking a risk if I say
I won't do it here. I'm just saying, come to dragon boating, Heather, and I'll make up the story, and then we'll just time how long it takes before Huddle is this standing up.
Oh
Stand
no,
up by
I
himself.
look, Lauren, don't even do that, please. But what I'm saying though is like I think you could make a lot of serious money. Like if you let me produce and record you.
Don't tease me. I will do this. I will 100% do this. And
And
I would
it's
do it as
just
like
audio.
a gift for my husband's birthday. Like,
Yeah,
I'll
and
That
record
would be
one.
an awesome gift. Everyone listening should do that for their partner too.
In Twisted Movies, I was gonna say you called me Huddle a few minutes ago. Twisted Movie said Huddle, so like I thought I heard you say Huddle, and then Twisted Movies backed me up on that. Huddle ? I think Lauren was getting too much into the erotica audio type stuff. That
Wait, can we go back to the erotica dream that Fozzie
I know
told
we
me?
never answered Fozzie's question. So what does it mean? So with dream interpretation, there's not really much science to it. So I would go by more like, what did it feel like to you? For me, when I'm dreaming, I feel like I'm usually processing something or working through something. So what are your thoughts about Lionel Richie? What does he represent to you? You know, are you a musician? Is it the idea that he's someone famous? Is it the taboo of it being a man? Like there's so much that could be going there.
Oh, the taboo of it? That's like the wife you can't have, like when you're like
Yeah.
interested in someone's hot wife.
Yeah. Taboo is huge. I mean, that's definitely one of my biggest turn on areas. And there's a book, it's an old one, called The Erotic Mind by Jack Morin. And he talks about the 4 cornerstones of eroticism. And one of them is basically stuff you're not supposed to do.
Heather, so what is your taboo type thing?
So many, like literally I joke sometimes. I'm just like, anything inappropriate is going to be exciting to me. like if you can use the word inappropriate to describe it.
Okay, so
now I had to specify between consenting adults. That's
Mhm.
important.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You know what? We have to set up a time that the three of us we can
October
record
15th. Dragon boating
okay.
race.
But I'm saying record this so I don't get kicked off of YouTube or Twitch.
Look, we'll have Heather be the QA assistant on the storytelling.
Yeah, exactly.
We're like, look, this doesn't send any triggers. Like this won't. We don't need to add a trigger warning.
Okay.
All right. We're definitely doing that.
We could just set up our own website with like sexual erotica, like audio stuff. We just have a whole new business.
See, Lauren's grinning. I've known Lauren long enough that I can see the gear spinning. Like she's like, because she's
This is why I don't post on my feed.
Well, because Lauren is a marketing guru. Like she is
speak
the
at
best.
conferences. I have to be careful.
Okay.
Like she is the marketing.
We'll give you an
guru.
alias name. I'll just add an audio erotica page to my website, and we won't say who you really are.
So Lauren, if you were gonna go by a pseudonym, like or like a fake name, like what would your name
Susie
be?
comes a lot.
All right. I'm getting out of here. Heather, before we go, tell my audience how they can find you on social media or website.
Yeah,
Lauren's completely thrown me off now.
You guys have this has been great. It's hilarious. So yes, if you're curious more about working with a sex therapist, which honestly I think we could all use a little help in that area, my website is heathershannon.co. I do have some free gifts for people. I have a free guidebook on libido called Mojo Magic.
No sex toys, no like anything.
Do you have like from Friends the instruction that like Monica has where she's like 6, 2, 3, 7, 7, 7.
No.
Well,
although at some point I do want to do like a genital meditation. I haven't done that yet, but stay tuned on my
genital meditation. Like it's like cupping your balls and going like.
It could be involving some touch, but it could also just be like noticing like, do you pay attention to that area of your body? Because I notice so many women especially are just like uncomfortable with their genitals and like don't want to masturbate, don't want to touch them and feel gross. So, yeah, exactly. So it'll kind of be helping people with that. But anyway, so I have the Mojo Magic guidebook. So I have a lot of mostly women, especially the newer moms that are kind of like, my husband keeps wanting sex and I'm just like not feeling it. And like, this is kind of killing my marriage right now. And we're fighting about it all the time. And so for those people to be like, okay, here's what's going on with your libido. Here's why you lost it to begin with. And here's how to start recovering it. So people can check that out on the website, heathershannon.co. And then my Instagram is at Heather A. Shannon, and I'm pretty active on there too.
Do people bring in STDs and like
those
kind of components with like?
For sure. Like there's so many components, right? Like when I originally specialized, I'm like, I'm going to be pigeonholed as a sex therapist. And I'm, a pretty holistic person.
I bet you're being hold.
You just heard the hold part.
Yeah. I mean, you might be into bestiality. We said pigeon, but.
No, but that's the consent issue. Yeah.
All right, guys, we need to table this. And
poor Tuddle.
No, look, I could do this, but I gotta get up and work my other job in the morning and stuff.
Yeah, get up.
All right. Well, it's so great. Thank you guys so much for having me, and thanks for the audience. This was really fun.
Hey, Heather, thank you so much. I appreciate the time.
Bye, guys.
All right, bye. So Lauren, what did you think?
She's amazing.
I mean,
I wanted to ask so many other questions. I really wanted to go and like say role play, right?
Okay,
the husband that doesn't want dirty, aggressive sex, and I'm begging for it.
Well, then we need to do that off of the live stream, though. Like seriously, like because, like I can't. Look, I'm making enough money at my other job now, so I mean, but I don't want to get banned. I don't want to get banned because, like, I'm creeping up on 3,000 subscribers on YouTube and stuff. I don't want to lose that. Twitch, the Twitch is growing.
Okay. When you're talking about growing things,
on
a podcast with me and Heather.
Okay. All right. No,
different kind of growth.
I want to do it. I want to do it. So, Lauren, Mongoose Media. I always get this wrong. Is it .net?
No, .us.
.us. See, God, get a .com. Like, seriously.
I mean, maybe one day. Maybe one day. I want to hold on, because they said my chandelier is cool.
Yeah.
I also have the cool light bulb, so I can change the scene and the mood.
See, you got mood lighting and stuff. That is pretty badass. Matter of fact, you should have kept it like that the whole time. It really does bring out your features and everything.
I'll use Arctic Aurora next time.
Okay. All right. Well, Lauren, if if anybody what type of people come and not come, but bring that hire you as
people that want their Facebook ads to climax in sales.
Okay. All right. And
Right
what's the best social media that people can follow you on? Instagram?
Sure.
Well,
yeah,
I'm trying to give you a chance to promote yourself and stuff. You're supposed to be this.
No, Tuddle, we're gonna make our own eroticast.
And when I'm telling with this microphone, all right. So do you
to make out with a microphone and just
you next to see that microphone you have? It only picks you up when you're talking directly into.
So I want a microphone that's gonna lift me up.
No, I'm
my voice.
All right, I have the worst voice in the world, and this microphone makes me sound like I have a little bit of a deeper voice, and it's not as high.
So do I want to sound then maybe it's welcome to your podcast. My name is
No, I promise you, you don't realize how good of an audio engineer I am. I will I will get 2 of these mics and I will record you in stereo. So when you're talking, I'm in your right ear. I'm in your left ear.
Isn't that song? Hear it from the left. I don't know. There's
Yes.
that one song.
Yeah. I mean, look, I promise you, your voice will be the best that it is ever sounded. I'm
ready. We are going to. We should make a if you want to release. I'll make one, so it'll be a gift.
Released. Okay, a lot of people will be doing that.
You can just say that was good. Shit, I missed that one. You can just be okay, if anyone listening thinks it's a viable thing to make an eroticast single episode, they must do
what? I mean,
comment on when you come to dragon boating.
Okay,
and
and
let everyone know how wet Tuddle is for the water sport.
God damn. All right, so I'm gonna come out to the dragon boat. When is that? If people want to check out the dragon boat race,
October 15th, Bill Fredericks Park during the day.
All right, but where is Bill Fredericks Park at?
Orlando, right by Universal Studios.
Okay, all right. So I know. So it's down by the tourist attraction type area then.
Yeah, close to Dr. Phillips Windermere.
All right. So yeah, it's in the ritzy area.
3401 South Hiawassee Road.
All right. Lauren, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciated it.
I had a blast. I hope you get to blast off later.
Yeah, no, I probably will now. So, all right, Lauren, thank you so much. Guys, I appreciate everybody that checked out tonight's show. Hopefully you guys stay safe, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.